Guys, the Bitcoin price pumped like crazy over the weekend, and although I'm glad somebody got some pumping in, I don't think it's that bullish, and let's talk about it. First of all, the narrative across the board right now is Uptober, Uptober, up, everything up. September, yes, closed a bullish monthly candle for the first time, apparently, in 7 years, and in my opinion, people are going absolutely bananas over it. Although I do think that market cipher B in the long run looks good. Obviously, we can see money flow is increasing. I do think right now in this very moment, people are too bullish, and I want to explain why. First things first, guys, I do have a free VIP section in my Discord that you can join by DMing my bot, the 4-digit code that you're going to hear throughout this video. And in this VIP section, I give you guys real-time live updates and key levels that I'm looking at trading. Now, I sent this video 2 days ago to my VIP Discord, and I think the same thing still remains. Let's check it out. What's up, guys? Quick update. Sorry, I'm talking straight into my Mac. I'm not in the studio right now, but listen. There's liquidity that can be swept beneath us. Okay, I was watching this morning and I was like, dang, this doesn't look too good. And especially on ETH, like, look at that, man. This is just dying to get taken out. And so what I was saying in the video was that we have very clear liquidity that can be swept here. Now, I do not draw trend lines the way that retail draws their trend lines. Okay, I don't say price is at this line, so it's support and I'm gonna long it. No, 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 no. I draw it through the lens of a market maker. There is liquidity here, and this is a big part as to why I believe people are too bullish. And by the way, a few of these reasons are why I'm short from the exact top today. Okay, so if we're looking through the lens of a market maker, what do we see? First of all, we have a very large green vector candle. This vector candle was actually, we're on the 1 hour time frame, but this was like a 2-minute thing. Like, we moved 5% in like 2 minutes. Sunday night, and it was just pretty wild. We started to see divergences, and we know that when we start to see red dots, we need to look to the left and find where the vectors are. So this move down right now is should be no surprise to anybody. Okay, now as mentioned, we do have liquidity that can be swept, and if you're the market maker, your job is to sweep the liquidity. So now we need to build a narrative, we need to build a story as to where we believe price may go to next and what wrecks the majority of retail. Judging by the narrative alone of looking at red dots and finding the vector candles, you can see clearly that we have the remaining of this green vector candle that we can tap. We have this blue vector candle that we can tap, and a little bit more scary for the longs anyways, we have this entire vector candle region that we can come and tap down at 24.8 to 25.7-ish. Now, I'm not suggesting that we're gonna come down here, so don't short and set your take profits down there. I'm not suggesting that, but we have to be aware that it's a possibility. It is irresponsible for us to just assume that it cannot go there, right? And on this channel, guys, we follow the money. I say it all the time. So now that we know where the money is, let's start building our narrative. Well, we have flipped into bullish market structure. Okay, we have a low, and then we had our high, and then we had our higher low, and then now we have our higher high. So this could be potentially just a retracement before putting in another higher high. Now, the thing with this higher low is price can come all the way back down to 26K while still maintaining bullish market structure. So right off the bat, this blue vector candle already is making more sense. And remember when I talked about liquidity? Let's go into a lower term time frame and let's look at this area right over here. Typically, price does not slowly work its way up as it did and then just shoot up out of seemingly nowhere. So now let's come in a little bit closer. If we draw our liquidity line, we can see that nobody really since Friday has been tested on their longs. Anybody that has longed and put their stop loss beneath this wick is safe, right? Well, we know that market makers like to sweep liquidity, so that makes no sense. But let me show you something even scarier. We can even draw our liquidity line further back than that. Since September the 24th, nobody has been tested on their longs. I do not see any fake outs whatsoever. Anybody that has been long since the 23rd that has half of a brain would have put their stop loss under this low in which that liquidity was never tapped. Now, if we're building a narrative on where price is going to go, if we believe the price is going to continue higher, which based on the higher term time frame market cipher B, it looks like we could make our way back up to 30K. If we believe this, then we are to expect somewhat of a fake move or a manipulated move or a liquidity run before we have our continued move to the upside. This and this alone is the primary reason why I still think people are a little bit too bullish. There's a lot of liquidity that can be taken, and we can start to build the narrative using additional confluences. If we keep our market structure in mind, because we do have bullish market structure. If we keep our market structure in mind, we know that price can come all the way down to 26K while still remaining bullish market structure. So now where can we realistically expect this higher low to come in? Well, the first obvious answer is the value area high. Technically, we are just recovering this green vector candle right now. It is possible that potentially we range here for a little bit and then we make our way higher. No problem. That is very possible. However, that does not resolve my liquidity issue. I would still personally like to see these lows be taken. So now let's build the story. So if the value area high does not hold, it is very likely that we come and make our way down to the point of control. This is perfect confluence with our higher low, as well as potentially SFPing, swing failure patterning, this low. For a long-term move to the upside, this, in my opinion, would be more bullish. So for that, I believe we could either bounce from the value area high, which in my opinion right now is not very probable, or we can make our way down to the point of control, SFP these lows, and then get our continued move up. But Gio, doesn't that break market structure? Well, no, not really. Because if we SFP this low, then yes, technically we did put in a lower low. However, this still becomes a strong low. So if price makes its way all the way back down to 26K and it SFPs this low around 25.9-ish, then we can still target the high and expect to move higher, but it gets a little bit scarier than that. When it comes to volume theory, although point of controls can hold, when you are accepted back into a value area range, it is actually more probable than not only do you make your way to the point of control, but you also make your way to the value area low. Let's take a look at the vectors. This is a vector candle zone that has not been tapped. 25.2 to 25.6 is still an untapped vector candle. Now, I'm not suggesting that we're going to come to that level. However, that gives us very good confluence with our value area low. So what if this SFP that we might expect at 26K is actually a much larger SFP, and SFP is the value area low as well, but comes and takes this liquidity and then snipes back up? Now, in my opinion, that would absolutely wreck so many traders, because not only would we SFP 26K, but we would also SFP this wick from over here. So in my opinion, it is important to watch for market structure, which I will be updating in my VIP Discord, so make sure you join. But let's start building an actual picture on where we might be able to find good long entries for swing trades. So right off the bat, we know we're looking to potentially SFP around the point of control. We're looking to hold potentially the value area high. Or, in my opinion, we're looking to come down, obviously, towards the value area low and take this liquidity here. If we take a Fibonacci retracement tool from the most recent swing low to today's current high, we can see that the golden pocket comes in around the value area high. I do expect somewhat of a retracement from this zone. However, I do think price is still going to roll over. If we use that same Fibonacci tool, but we pull it from the range swing low, that isn't this weird wick that we put in back in August, we can see that the new golden pocket zone now comes in around where those SFPs are. So we can expect somewhat of a bounce off of that zone. But in my opinion, even spicier, the spiciest level we have is the 786 that is confluence with our value area low. That is confluence that if you break back into the value area, it is likely to come into the value area low. That is confluence with the complete liquidity sweep that would absolutely wreck all of the longs that, in my opinion, were just handed to everybody. So 25.2 to 25.6, in my opinion, is a very strong zone, and it is a very key level to watch out for. Now, we also have naked daily point of controls that we can come down to around these zones. So like I said, value area high is important to pay attention to. However, I still do think that we're going to come towards at least the 26.2K zone, because in my opinion, in my experience, market makers love to make a run for their naked daily point of controls. So now perhaps we bounce from the value area high, perhaps we bounce from the point of control, perhaps we bounce from the value area low. In my opinion, I like the value area low. I really, really like the 25.5K zone-ish. But obviously, I will be updating you guys in the VIP Discord every single day, so make sure that you join. Okay, guys, so this is how you build the narrative. This is how you build a story. When you long or you short, I want you to be able to explain why. Okay, you see how I built a narrative and I said, oh, I think the liquidity here, the vector candle here, this level here, the golden pocket here, the naked daily point of control here, there's a daily level here, there's a weekly level here, and so forth. This is how I do it. But yes, we have transitioned to bullish market structure over the past couple of weeks, and now we are potentially looking for our higher low. The higher low can come all the way down to 26K, and it can even SFP and then close above the 26K. So that's what we're looking out for. But in my opinion, everybody is too bullish. This is not the time to long. So guys, right now, in my opinion, if we come down and we recover this vector candle, and especially if we get a divergence here on the 8-hour time frame, this would be the absolute juiciest long. And I do think that this kind of move can bring us back up to 30 or 32K even. And that's why we're short from the exact top. I mean, I'm up 350% alone just on Bitcoin today. And last week I gave you guys the exact low and we were up over 500% in just one day. And guys, if you're looking for an exchange to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other crypto, Mexi is my exchange of choice. It is the cheapest on fees, 0.01% taker fee, 0.00% maker fee. If you have no idea what that means, you shouldn't be trading. But if you do, then you know it's basically free. So make sure you join, and it's a free way for you to support me. So I appreciate it. Link is down below. You know that song that's like da na 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 na. Anyways, that song's been in my head. Guys, the VIP code for this video is going to be 2617.